What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Let Us Review Cinema. It's been quite a long time since we've been all in person, virtually, whatever you want to call it. The last review we did was just with me and Whittaker. That was all the way back in July. We did Fantastic Four. And the last time
Oh
all
my
three of us were
God.
together was all the way back in March when we did our review for Fury. Be sure to go check those out. A lot of time and effort, wink wink, was put into that. But without further ado, we have come here today to discuss something big in the TV show industry. Something big that's going on in Netflix. We got Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1. This is the first 4 episodes. I say we just get right into the score. Are y'all ready to... Do y'all have your scores down right now?
100%.
All right. Here is our scores for Stranger Things Season 5, Volume 1. This is the first 4 episodes. 3, 2, 1, 9.5 out of 10.
8.5.
10 out of 10.
What?
Yo, I think so. I was 9.5. John was 10. Were you 8.5, Whittaker?
8.5 is correct, sir.
8.5 is interesting.
Wow.
I'm kinda nervous to
That
hear about
is
that.
close to it. That's close to an 8.
That's very close to an 8. It's
I
just
was
as
scared
close
to
to
give
a
it to-
9.
I was scared to give it to a 9 because, like maybe I would be a little bit too close to saying it's too good. There's some things in there that, could possibly be fixed. So I think 8.5, maybe 8.7. I'll change mine to 8.7. It's a little bit more fair.
Ooh, nice.
I don't like anything that you're saying about this right now. I hate it. I hate it. I disagree with everything that you just said.
Are you okay with my 9.5, John?
Yeah, because it's above 9.
Okay.
This season should not have. No, this first volume does not deserve less than a 9. It does not deserve less than a 9.
Very bold, Mr. Nepper.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, well, you know what? I hated everything you just said. So
That's crazy. That's crazy. All right,
It's better than his 4 out of 10 rating for everything. So
4 out of 10.
no, it's usually an 8.5
Or
out of 10.
8.5.
or 8.5.
Go watch the
somewhat.
videos, buddy. But is it 8.4? Is it
8.5 out of 10. Or 8,
Somewhere in the 8
something.
range. That's where you're
Alright.
usually at.
Anyways, doesn't matter.
I can see by our very high ratings, we have a lot of positives about this first part of
Except
the
for
season.
Whittaker.
This guy interrupting doesn't know when it's his turn.
Remember,
Okay.
with this, we are doing no spoilers at first. No spoilers at all. So, what do we want to dive into first about just any positives? We can just talk about any topic, go into that spoiler-free.
I guess since I had the most
Okay.
controversial, I guess I'll go first. Like we finally got it. We waited so long for this season to come out, and I think overall they really nailed like who their audience has been and how they've grown up with the show. I didn't really grow up when it first came out. I kind of grew up with it whenever I was 16, and then season 3 was just about to come out, and I was kind of where I fell in love with the show. And so overall, I think the Duffer Brothers really did a great job of like realizing who their audience is and how to appeal to them for a first volume, like a first part of the series. But I mean, other than that, we finally got it. I was so happy. I'm so happy we finally got it.
That's good. That's good. What about you, John?
Yeah, I am loving the fact that what they're talking about, like what I'm seeing on social media, is becoming true through the volumes, or at least so far. And there's a lot of questions that are finally being answered that I've had over the last 2 years, and I think that the production is coming together, and they're not leaving anything out. And yeah, it's just and keep us on our toes. Now the negative is that we have to wait till Christmas Day and New Year's Eve.
Facts, bro. Facts. They're
Booty
making it up for
cheeks.
us, though, that we get to see the finale in theaters.
Dude, facts. Anyways, but yeah, no, I like no, there's no negatives to this season.
I like with a positive that I have is that they're really diving into more so of the mystery side of Stranger Things, which it
Yeah.
it seemed like it kind of fell off past season 1, I'd say. There wasn't a whole lot of mystery in season 3, and a little more mystery than not a lot in season 2. I feel like season 1 and 4 really had the most mystery behind it, because whole time in season 1 you're like, bro, what happened to Will? Where is Will? Are they gonna get him back? And then in season 4 we find out that there's like a big old mastermind behind the bro, I already forgot. The Upside Down, that's what it's called. Bro, that's crazy.
And this guy says he's a Stranger Things fan.
That's crazy.
This guy.
I have the Funko Pops to prove it. But yeah, we're in season 4. We're getting this whole mystery as to like, bro, who is like is this guy the creator of the Upside Down? Like, who is this guy? How is he connected to Will? How is he connected to 11? And with this season, they start to answer some things, but then they leave you with more questions, which can be a good thing, because each episode going forward is like an hour and a half to 2 hours almost. So we are going to be getting a lot answered. And after that episode 4, there is a lot that we need to have answered. I think, yeah, both my boys know what I'm talking about, but we won't get into that yet. I'm very excited to get into it, actually. But
I'm so excited, dude.
I'm trying to think if there's any other positives besides what we mentioned. I guess just really the characters. They've all seen, like, obviously they're like in their early 20s now, but they still act like how they left off in season 4, you know, like they're still that group of kids, even if they look like adults in high school still, you know. They've really seemed like
I think they're doing a really good job of. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were finishing a thought. My bad.
Okay, please continue.
No, I'm sorry.
You're good.
I thought you were done talking. No, I was just gonna say no. I definitely love the fact that they're like the last episode of Volume 1 is like, what the crap is happening right now? How is it all tying together? But like you were talking about how like the first and fourth season was the most mysterious. But through Volume 1 of Season 5, we're now seeing all of those elements incorporated.
I will agree with Jonathan that from this season, since it is a finale, it is really tying in a lot of elements from even season 1 for the first 5 minutes, quite literally, and slowly bringing it back to like what this story is about. You know, you have it all focusing on Will, who was abducted by this mysterious force, you know, and they're really trying to bring a good ending for this entire story that, like Trevor said, just keeps with every answer that we get left with more questions, and you know, it's more for the fans to interpretate, which is really great to see. Like Jonathan mentioned, all these theories coming true, which were like, oh my god, I remember someone saying something about that actually has come true, you know. So I think it's a really dynamic show that really brings a lot of people together to actually think more deeper into the storyline that probably should be, but it's a really, I would say, like a thought-provoking show.
Very much so. Facts. Do y'all have any more positives that are like not spoiler filled? John, Mr. Spoiler Dropper. No.
I'm just gonna say that this show is not good without the actors in this thing. The acting is incredible. The actors are just, hey, they make the show what it is, and it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's very emotionally filled for sure. But
Yeah.
like I don't think they could have had better actors for this series. Like it's just incredible.
Yeah.
Except for that one scene in season 4 where Angela.
Yeah. That still makes me cringe.
The amount of secondhand embarrassment we all got from that scene is just it's unfathomable to any other show or movie.
Yeah, I feel like there's seasons 1 through 3. I feel like there hasn't really been any like acting performances that like completely blew me away until season 4, and I feel like just everyone in season 5 has completely like doubled down on like
The
trying to prove
guy,
themselves, I
no,
guess.
wait, no, this guy didn't come in until season 3 or 4. But the guy that's super funny from
Murray.
the first volume one that
Murray.
has all the tools.
Yeah,
All right,
Murray.
yeah,
Murray.
yeah, yeah. He is freaking amazing. I love that guy. He's
Gotta
so
love
funny.
Murray.
Is he your
He actually
Gotta
favorite
came in
love
season
character?
Murray.
1.
Was he in season 1?
Favorite
Yeah,
character?
he was. Yeah.
Bro, I haven't seen that season since like 3 years
This
ago.
guy's a fake fan.
You got to remember, he was a conspiracy theorist at the very beginning, where he comes to the gym and he's like, "Hey, there's these Russians, doing all these things." He basically kind of gave the entire storyline within the first season. If you
That's
actually
true.
miss it, like it's
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like since we're talking about acting and the actors and the characters, I think we should tell everybody who our favorite character is. Who's our favorite person?
ooh,
Ooh,
Um,
ooh.
I feel
we're
like
gonna.
it's such a basic answer too. I'm gonna go with Steve. He's my favorite character, and
What?
I just keep thinking about how they were gonna kill him off after like the first 2 or 3 episodes, but everyone just loved him after season 1. And they're like, you know what, we'll keep this guy around. But besides him, I'd probably say either Henry Creel, or I guess Vecna, or maybe Hopper, which I feel like those are all kind of basic answers. Lucas is
Dude,
really cool.
you missed
Erica,
the most
help!
vital.
Oh,
You missed the most vital character out of the entire show. The one that kind of projected the rest of the seasons to be in such a great shape. You forgot about Bob.
the
Bob from Radio
Bob.
Shack.
Rudy.
Dude, how could you forget?
We
Rudy.
love Bob. We love
Dude,
Bob.
that
Okay.
was my favorite character for sure.
Yo!
I
No.
feel like mine's either gotta be Murray, Hopper, or Eddie. Eddie was classic.
I miss Eddie.
It was a classic.
Chrissy,
I
this
miss
is for
Eddie.
you. Oh, man.
Chrissy,
Love it.
Oh
wake
my
up!
gosh.
No,
I
get out of here.
don't
Get out of here.
like
Get
I
out
would
of
say
this.
no. I
here.
would say we should talk about our favorite scenes, but we'll probably get into favorite scenes here in a bit whenever we start talking about spoilers. Because I
Yeah.
have a feeling we all know the one scene that's just incredible.
Are there any negatives y'all have that are, I guess, spoiler free? I know John, he was at a 10 out of 10 for this.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong.
I think I should start because lowest again. Yeah, my bad. I
Yeah,
did talk to
watch what you
Trevor a little.
say.
Oh, well, this is not going to hurt you, trust me. I talked to Trevor a little bit about this. From my standpoint of view on the whole pacing for the show, it kind of seemed a little disorganized from the moment that Hopper got trapped and 11 just went into the upside down. Like, from my perspective, I say, in my opinion, they should have not have continued with the rest of the plan until they got Hopper and 11 into the real world. Because if you think about it, like they're pretty much they don't have any like I say resources other than themselves to try to do these plans. And so without them, they're kind of just like quote unquote powerless. But that kind of just and the beauty of it, of them looking disorganized, that shows how strong they are together as a group, as quote unquote like human beings. But I think overall, I think the pacing was just a little disorganized from just the point where the Demogorgon, attacked the ship and Hopper got trapped. But overall, it still gave a pretty big plot point for the show.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think my main thing is kind of similar to the pacing. Um, I think it was episode 3. It's a little slower than the other episodes. Like episode 1 is kind of like your average like season starter where they're like reintroducing you to all the characters, seeing what they're all up to, introducing the new or pre-existing danger, and then it just goes from there. And I feel like episode 3 for the most part was a lot of filling us in, I guess, on a certain character, which we'll get into in the spoilers. But it was a lot of filling us in, and I guess it was just pretty. It was interesting, but it was pretty slow in some parts, and it just sucked because it was like intertwined with like the exciting, Mike and his team and like people in the Upside Down, whatever. Like it was intercutted with that, and it kind of like took you out of the action when you were like really invested in the action, and then it just kind of took you out. One thing I do want to add that I completely forgot about with the favorite characters, Derek.
No,
I was thinking about that too.
No.
I was thinking about that as
Dude,
why not?
As soon as we mentioned Derek is freaking amazing. Suck my fat one.
I want that dough ball to die. I'm not even gonna lie. I want that kid to die.
No, I hated him at the start.
Whittaker, you get off this
then-
channel right now. You're not a part of this review anymore. You suck.
I did not like him at all as it started, but I grew to love him.
Like I understand. Like
you cannot hate the kid. You can't.
No, it's for me. It doesn't add any value, especially with it being the final season. Like I could understand like when Erica was added to the group because that's Lucas's sister, it's family, all that kind of stuff, and plus she's smart. Like she has an attitude about it. Like she's that one sassy side character that you just have. Derek is just some complete rando off the street that they just tried to save, and now he's part of the group. Like. It doesn't make really much sense. Like what? But at the same time, they can't just let him go. He's seen a Demogorgon. He's gonna look like a freaking lunatic if they just let him go.
He's so
Same
funny.
thing with Elle. Whenever in season 1, when they first meet Elle, she was just a random person right off the streets.
Elle was a major plot point. She is the main protagonist.
As soon as they saw her for the first time, it was the end of episode 2, I believe, and they all saw her in the woods. It's pouring down rain, and what? She's in the group.
That was the literal foundation of the entire show. Was Elle is the super weapon. Derek is not a super weapon. He's a dough ball.
How do you
who
know
actually
Derek
brings
is
kids.
not going to be of importance later? How do you know?
Because he's a Derek. You don't have a main
Go
character.
watch that
Derek.
trailer.
He's delightful,
Go watch that.
Derek. Leave him
No,
alone.
Holly's better. Holly is 100% a better character than Derek is. 100%.
Anyways, whatever.
Get out of
Okay,
here.
maybe that was a bad. Maybe that was a bad analogy. Whatever.
I say
Very bad analogy.
we go into spoilers. We can't really go over favorite scenes without getting into spoilers. And already did our positive, negatives, and our ratings. All right, so this is your spoiler warning right now. So if you have not seen this,
Right now.
go back and watch it, and then come back here.
Right now.
Finish this video.
I know.
Right now. Right now.
I know.
No, leave.
Um,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Do we start with talking about the elephant in the room, or do we build up to the elephant in the room?
Let's just get the elephant out of the way.
Let's just get the elephant out of the way.
They had to bring back. Hey, you're kidding me? The worst.
That is not the elephant in the
Oh
room.
my god! What do you mean
Wait,
that's
what?
not the elephant in the room?
Whatever. Whatever. We can talk
what
about
did you
her.
say,
We can
Whittaker?
talk about her
Wait,
first.
What did you say?
What?
What?
The biggest elephant in the
Dude.
room. 8. They brought back the worst character from season 2. The one episode you can literally skip and not miss a beat from the
Well, now
entire
you can't
season.
skip it because they brought her back.
But like she had. Okay, it's so stupid.
You're talking
Like-
about that's the biggest elephant in the room?
Yes, that is the biggest elephant in the room. Like 100%.
Your rating should be going down to a 2.
No. Okay. We'll talk about the other one. The major.
Okay.
Major.
No,
Okay,
no, we'll finish
okay.
talking about 8 since we're already on that topic. Frick.
Oh my
8.
god. I mean,
We'll go
like,
to the bigger elephant in the room next. But
yeah, but just like the idea of bringing back 8 is just so like, why though? Like,
They're-
I get the fact she was a mentor to Elle and
It's-
taught her how to use her powers, but like, she does not bring any value, quote unquote, to this season. Other the fact that she was captured, probably by the
You
same
don't know
team.
that. Should
But it's
probably
like-
gonna be used later on.
But it's like, yeah, sure, I can put an illusion in front of you and make you crash into a wall. Yeah, that's so great. I have a superpower. But like, it's just like
that
I was
is a great
expecting more.
superpower.
No, but like I was expecting way more because I think from my perspective of the fact that Hopper was willing to freaking suicide himself, or we can't say suicide, can we? Unalive himself with a vest. Like I was expecting something more like important and serious when it comes to the fact that he was willing to die for Jane, thinking it was Vecna, but it'd be something that's like completely else. It's like getting socks for Christmas when you think it's gonna be like a hoodie or something like that. Like you expect, like that's what it felt like for me.
That's
Like I
funny.
just can't.
That's really
It
funny.
was such a build up for something that just was like, really? You kidding me? You couldn't have done anything else.
That is because your expectations were too high.
You're probably right.
I ain't gonna lie, I did think it was Vecna behind the door too.
It made sense though.
But that
Like,
wouldn't make
it-
sense because at the end of season 4,
right,
what,
right.
they,
No,
he
you're right.
fell out of
Y'all
the
right.
house, and then when they went to go look for a body, it wasn't there.
Right, but that
Right.
means like where could he have been hiding? Obviously behind another
He
elephant in the
basically
room. the
owns
big-
the Upside Down, so he could have.
which that also begs the question: like, was the Upside Down created, or was it just another dimension that he found?
We're gonna
Because-
find out in volume 2.
It's a weird. It's another big question. That's always been a
Yeah.
question
Okay.
I've thought about.
I'm just confused why
Let's
the
talk
Upside
about-
Down is stuck on the date that Will left.
Yeah,
Like-
that also, like, it doesn't make
Wait, what?
any sense. It's they
Upside
stuck. They
Down?
froze time in the Upside Down.
It's stuck on the same day, like November something 1983.
November 13th.
I think so. It's stuck on the same day that Will left. I forgot
Huh.
which season they
I
went
didn't
over
realize
this in, but it was a pretty big reveal, Mr. Jonathan.
It was season 4.
Was it season 4?
Yeah, that's when they were all stuck in the
Hey,
Upside Down.
I need to rewatch that.
This guy.
This
guy's not a fan.
Now let's talk about the big elephant.
Let us talk about the bigger elephant
Let
in
us.
the room.
The biggest elephant.
Shall we reenact the scene?
Should we reenact it? I'll do like 3, 2, 1, and we do one of the movements, and then 3, 2, 1, we do the next one,
Is it one arm and then the other arm?
and
Is
then
that
the
how he
head,
does it?
and then the head.
Yeah.
All right, you
And then
ready?
the fourth one?
Right hand. You start with the right hand.
3,
Yeah, okay.
2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Bro,
Dude, he finally got superpowers.
Will has superpowers.
Oh my god.
Bro,
He's not useless anymore.
That's true.
When,
That's true.
so check it. Whenever I am so glad that they did not show that in the trailer. I know they did that on purpose, because I knew in the trailer that Vecna was gonna end up dragging Will over. They were gonna have that moment or whatever. But whenever those Demogorgons flew up in the air, and the other crazy thing, freaking Will can see through those things. They don't have eyes. What the heck? Does it make sense? I swear, I was in the car watching this, and I was like, oh my gosh, Elle's here. And then it was Will, and I'm like,
Bro, I flipped out with my brother. My brother already saw it, and I was watching it that night, and he got to watch me watch it, and I was like, just the entire time. And bro, when he brought his arms in, and the Demogorgon's bones started breaking, like
oh
they
yeah,
did
I
with
was like,
Max.
oh my
I was like,
God.
bro, he's literally using Vecna's powers. He is connected with
Dude,
Vecna.
So does that mean Will, L, and 8 have to be the ones that finish Vecna off? That's got to. But the reason why I don't also think that's true is because the theory seems too true. It seems too easy. It seems too, like, I don't know. Like, like it doesn't seem logical. It does seem logical, but it seems too easy for that to be the case. It doesn't make sense.
Do you think it's going to be something like more complicated that they come up with?
Yeah, it's got like why? Because if people are already thinking about this theory as 11 plus 8 plus 1, 20, why? Like, that wouldn't make sense in my head. If they finish this series off, and that's how Vecna dies, somehow with those three going, I will not like that ending. Hot
Well,
take.
here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking. Everything that has happened in the show is a direct reference to D&D, right? Like you have, Will the Wise, he's a
Yes.
wizard. You have, Mike's the brave and all that kind of stuff. We're missing a key player and like the literal sense of a player, like an icon. We're missing Holly, which is a cleric, which means she heals people, right? And in the same way that Will was taken into the Upside Down and now has powers or connection to the Upside Down, Holly is also taken to the Upside Down, so maybe she's going to gain powers of some kind where either Mike or another major character dies, and she's going to have to revive one of the main characters to actually win the battle. Because you got to go back to also the painting that Will painted during season 4, and they're fighting the Thessal Hydra, the dragon with like 4 heads, So there's got to be some way that they integrate Holly to be a quote unquote healer of some sort. Like that's probably what's going to be making no sense. Yeah.
That's something I never understood. I guess whenever they found Will, I also had noticed that Barb died. I kind of forgot how that went down earlier. And it's
Nancy and Steve were doing it, and Barb was chilling in the pool.
No, I know that, but like, no. No, I know how that happened. I'm wondering, like, why, like, if it was just scripted like this to be like, oh, we're just gonna focus on Will, but why wouldn't, like, I guess if they found Will, which I guess Nancy explains this, but like, I guess I had forgotten, like, if they had found Barb in the Upside Down when they had found Will, like, if I guess they must have found her dead.
I think they did find her, or at least Elle did.
But
whenever.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, if she wasn't dead, like, would she be in season 5?
I mean, if she wasn't dead, she probably would have come back at some point. But she is dead.
But okay, well, that's my point. Is like, so there's no way Barb could have any play in this.
Probably not. I don't. Even if they did bring her back, I wouldn't see much of anything that she could do.
Yeah, I mean that's also the same thing with Eddie. There's not much he could do because of the fact that he did die.
Please,
but like you think about it, the only people that have come.
sorry.
The only people that have come back are Max and Will and 11 from the Upside Down because they quite literally survived.
Well,
right?
is Max and Holly in the Upside Down? Because they look like they're in like Happy Fun Times land and.
Well, it looks like their conscious is trapped in the Upside Down, or the whatever makeshift prison they did for Henry.
They've got to play a part in this somehow. They're not in the same dimension. There's no way. There's no way.
Do you think they're on the other side of that wall?
Yeah, most likely. But I don't think the wall is the prison though. I don't think that. I think it's a subconscious prison because if you think about it, Holly is probably trapped behind the wall, but her mind is trapped in whatever portrayal of a prison that Vecna is having for Max and Holly. But overall, like it said in I think it was season or episode 4 of the season, whenever Max almost made it out, she almost made it out because of the music and that little red room that Vecna had in season 4, right?
Yeah.
And so, I think if Max's consciousness gets back to her body, she's gonna come back, But until Lucas actually starts playing the tape recorder again.
So is Max is I that's why I need to rewatch the last season. Max is still in that coma.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. So all this is would that be considered, I guess, a quote unquote dream that she's having?
Pretty much, yeah, or a nightmare, in her words.
Because so then we fast forward to volume 2 that we have to wait for, and the only thing we really know of is that we do get Max back possibly. Lucas is carrying Max somewhere. So I'm wondering, so the hospital must be getting attacked by those Demogorgons. That's gotta be the case.
Yeah, because that
Because we see that in the trailer.
That portal at the end of season or at the end of the episode, that portal's still open, right? It's just Vecna went back, the Demogorgons died. So there's probably going to be much more Demogorgons or Demodogs that come out of the portal. But then, sorry.
How do these kids play a factor?
Well, Vecna
He's training an army.
Vecna wants the kids.
He's training an army.
Right.
He's
so
training
like
an army.
it was kind of a rhetorical question. Thank you very much.
Oh.
I just wonder how all that's going to be incorporated. If it's going to be one of those things like the Rat season, whenever like all those people kind of like formed into him,
the
like that big, the mind flayer. Yeah, I'm wondering just like if there's some sort of connection there. I don't think there would. I don't think they would do that because it'd be like, oh, just a repeat of that. I don't think they would do that. I don't know. There's just so many things so many theories, so many things I wish I knew. And the one thing I don't want to have happen is unless they have a super creative way of 11, Will, which I guess is 1, and 8, coming together, combining their forces in a super creative way, I don't think I'm going to like the ending, to be honest.
Someone's going to die.
It's too good to be true.
100%. Someone will die.
Who do we think is gonna die? Because
8 will probably get killed first.
Yeah, 8 is getting wiped out of oblivion.
Yeah.
She's gonna be like, let me create a projection of a rock falling there. Just slide into a rock.
Okay. Who would you cry the most? Like if a character die,
Steve.
You're gonna cry?
Steve. Especially now because him and Dustin aren't on good terms. And that has to do with Eddie dying because now Dustin is very depressed and he's taking it out a bit on Steve and I guess part of the rest of the group, but mostly Steve because that's who he's been around longest in this season. And if they do not make up and they are still mad at each other and Steve dies, I'm gonna riot.
Well, what I'm thinking is that they are gonna make up at the very end, and then he will die because that kind of creates more into like a satisfaction of the death, I guess. But yeah, I think either like one of the main characters to die will either be, in my mind, what I'm thinking, it's one of the big 4 in my opinion. So first one is Will. You know, if he dies, he probably serves. Oh gosh, not intentional. If he dies, he will. If Vecna dies, it severs connection between Will and Vecna, or if Will dies, it severs a connection. But at what cost? To actually killing off a direct link. 2 would probably be 11, just to be like a I don't know, a sacrifice of some sort. 3 would obviously be Steve, and then 4 would probably be Hopper. I think Hopper has had that satisfaction of his life to where he just does not, not necessarily not want to live anymore, but he has satisfaction with his life to where he knows if he would sacrifice himself for keeping everyone safe, he would be fine with that. That's with the vest.
We already thought he was gonna die in Volume 1. Thought he was gonna die.
Bro,
we thought he died in season 4 and 3.
If Hopper, Murray, or Joyce dies, I'm bawling my eyes.
Oh, they better not kill Joyce.
If they kill Joyce, I'm gonna lose my marbles.
I saw this theory online. I'm pretty sure it was the Escape podcast that said this. I might be wrong, or another podcast, but they said, imagine if the show ends and like someone with their powers it's like No Way Home, like Spider-Man No Way Home, where like a few people remember what happened but the rest don't. So they're saying like, what if like the original group of friends and 11 remember everything that happened in the past seasons, but they make it to where everyone else forgets everything. So like Hopper forgets what happened, Joyce forgets everything that happened, and like doing that just to kind of keep them safe. Do you think they would be ballsy enough to do that? Or should we just stick to killing off the characters?
I think they're gonna stick to what they've done for the
People are
last
gonna
all
die.
seasons.
We
One person dies, and it creates a whole, mess
what
that
if
eventually
like
fixes it.
what if I just don't know, dude. It's like what if everybody dies and it comes down to Will and Vecna?
I
What
just
if?
I
What
just
if?
came up with
What
something.
if there? Oh
I'm
gosh.
sorry. No, trust me. This theory is foolproof. So, the common factor with each season is that they introduce a character we love, or at least like in some way, and kill them off. They do not care. Season 1 introduced Barb. A lot of the female audience liked her. They killed her off. Same season. Season 2, they introduced Bob. Same season, killed him off. Season 3, Alexei, the Russian guy, we grew to love him. They killed him off at the carnival. Season 4, Eddie, introduced him, everyone loved him, killed him off. I think Derek is done, guys.
Let's hope. I pray for it.
Derek is
I pray for
done. Derek is gone.
I think. Oh, but that would be okay. Yeah, Derek. Okay, fine. Derek dies, but what the hell happens to Vecna?
He lives. I don't know.
Dude,
He's redeemed.
What if Vecna just takes over the whole world and they all die? That
Bless
would
you.
be like what? Like what if? What? Hear me out. What if this this is one of those seasons where it doesn't go our way, where it does where the villain wins. What if the
Avengers
villain
Infinity
wins?
War style. Nice.
Dude.
The villain wins. That'd be scary.
That would make a lot of people mad.
Not
But that would be a
only-
way
yeah.
to.
Not only are we killing off the characters you love, but we're killing everyone else off.
We're killing the fandom.
Bro.
Oh
that
my
would suck.
gosh, dude! All I know is that Volume 2 is gonna be emotional.
Well, Well, you also got to think
we are
about.
cooked. We are cooked.
Cooked, chat. We are cooked.
We're cooked.
Okay, I'm trying to think about something that Nancy said at the very beginning of this season was the fact that Vecna showed Nancy that Holly, her mom and her dad, and Mike all dead. So what if that brings Will to a point where, he has a certain interest in Mike of, romantical and, friendship terms. What if it pushes him to the point where he ultimately goes into a full-on rage and just starts killing people, like people that are around him out of anger? Like he becomes the new
There's
Vecna,
no
and
way.
they have to kill Will to
And what
ultimately
if they
save
make
everybody.
it to where Joyce has to kill Will?
Oh God, that's
The
terrible.
whole series, she
Oh.
has been doing everything to protect him and save him. And in the last episode, she has to be the one
What
to kill
if
him.
what if she has to kill Will to save Hopper?
I don't think she'd ever do that.
No, I think Hopper would try to save Joyce in some form by killing Will, and then ultimately Will would kill Hopper, and then Joyce has to kill
It's
Will.
that- unless it's Will becomes the main villain and somehow is now the enemy to 11. I think we're thinking way outside the box. I think we're making way too many theories. I want to simple. There's nothing that we just said is realistic. There's no way.
You never know.
No
You
way.
never know.
Stranger
Shut up,
things have
Trevor.
happened. Stranger things have happened.
Not funny. Oh my god. Okay. Should we? I kind of want to make a guess on who we think's gonna die, or should we wait until Volume 2's over? I feel like we should wait until Volume 2's over to get some more.
What
clues.
if we do it after each volume and see if any of the new episodes change our mind or make us double down on a
Okay.
person?
Okay.
All right. I think
right.
Whittaker already went over it, kind of, but go ahead, Whittaker. Let's just say your top 3. Start from 3, go to
Outside
1.
of Vecna. Outside of Vecna.
Outside of Vecna. Who do you think is third most likely to the most likely person to die?
Third most likely, I think it's going to be Mike. Third most likely to die.
Oh, wow.
Number 2 most likely to die would probably be. want to say Hopper, but I feel like Steve. So Steve, let's say it's Steve.
Wait.
And then number one most likely to die is probably gonna be I would probably gonna be Will. I'm not gonna lie. He probably does not have anything else after this for himself, honestly. Like as sad as it is to say, like I think Will would be probably the number one to die.
I see.
Hear me out. I know I just said not talking about theories. I know I just said not talking about theories, but I was just thinking of one more. This is super crazy. I don't think that this is going to be right. What if everybody ends up with the same power Will has? At the very end, what if everybody needs that power? They all link up. The Vecna is grown 10 times big. And they linked up and they all have to kill him with the Force.
What
And
is
they
this, Power
all,
Rangers?
in sync, put their arms out, and at the same time, blood comes out of their
Yes.
Bro,
Vecna!
you can't spell America without Erica. Bro, Erica with those powers would go
No,
crazy.
hear me out. What if everybody ends up getting the powers? How likely is that?
Very
you really think
unlikely.
about it.
Very unlikely. You should.
don't-
You need to
you
get
don't-
off of this channel. Better yet, unsubscribe. We don't even want you associated. No.
That's crazy. Okay, all right. No, sorry.
okay.
I was just like, well, that would be crazy. Everybody just goes, ah.
All right, Jonathan. Who's your top three to die?
I'll go Steve. I think Steve's dead.
Steve is your top one, or Steve is your
Three.
Okay.
Steve's 3. I'm gonna say Jonathan's dying. Jonathan Byers is dying. 2. Jonathan Byers. Oh, it's so hard.
I'll make it
Pause.
soft. I had
That's
to. I had to. No, it's Lucas said it first. Lucas said it first. I'm sorry.
I think. Okay, Steve, Jonathan. Oh man, I'm gonna say that Will and Vecna are out of the equation right now. I think Joyce dies.
Joyce is your number one?
I think Joyce is gonna die.
Cow. Holy cow.
I think Joyce is gonna die.
No matter what our lists look like, no one is knocking Ted Wheeler. Ted's the GOAT.
Ted is not dying, dude. He took out a friggin' Demogorgon and
Ted
survived,
Walk'em
man.
down Wheeler is not leaving.
That is insane. But what if Ted dies?
That would be
I'd probably
insane.
laugh if he. I would laugh if he died.
That's crazy.
But
I think-
Bo was trying to work on his slice.
He did a good.
Anyways,
he did good,
all right.
I think
His form was incredible.
my top 3 characters in Stranger Things that I think will die. Number 3, I am also gonna go Will. I know Will is kind of in Whittaker's top 3, but I'm gonna go Will. I think it's too obvious not to happen, if that makes sense. You know, he's connected to Vecna, connected to the Mind Flare, and I feel like if they want to defeat Vecna, Will's gonna have to sacrifice himself in some way. Number 2.
Oh, they should just kill. They should just kill him. You know, he's been this problem this entire time. What if they just got rid of the problem child? You know,
Facts.
just like, you know, get rid of the problem child.
In the words of Donald J. Trump, you're fired. Get out of here. Number 2, I'm gonna go
That's
Steve
crazy.
Harrington. I think Steve is very likely to die, just because everyone's expecting it, and you know he's been redeemed.
Why is everybody
long enough.
expecting Steve?
He's got to pay for his actions.
It's his
earlier.
time.
It's a sign. And number one,
It's his time.
I am gonna go Jonathan. I think I've seen a lot of theories online where he's dying, and he gives Steve the ring that he was gonna give to Nancy, and says like, "Take care of Nancy for me" or something. And bro, if that happens, that might break my heart more than if Steve dies. But they better not kill my boy.
Here's the thing. Here's what sucks about all these theories. Is that most of these theories are like, there is no way.
But there's
It's
a
like
way.
too good. It's too obvious, I feel like. These theories that we come up with, they're just like, there's no way that they would do that.
Right. They might.
We thought that with
Here's
8. We thought that with 8, and they brought her back. That doesn't make any sense, though.
No, it doesn't.
I just don't understand. Oh my gosh. I just hate that I don't understand why they didn't just release all the episodes. I just hate it. I hate that we have to wait.
You know what's one thing that's always kind of stuck in my mind, like, that was kind of weird, is that Brenner died. Like, could you imagine if they would have had Brenner on their team working with Will and 11 and all these people at the same time? Because surely you got to think there's someone higher than Brenner, and it wasn't Dr. K. Like, it was not Dr. K at all. But, like, you got to think who was higher than him.
Talk, John.
Wait.
Speak.
There is one person that we have yet to mention. Probably because he hasn't been on the show much. Dustin's girlfriend.
Never ending story.
Sorry. How is she plays
Nerds.
a part. I know she plays a part in this. She's coming back.
What's her name again?
No.
Darla.
Is it Darla?
Darla.
I thought it was Lucy. No,
No,
Darla.
It's
Y'all
Lucy.
How-
y'all keep talking. I'm gonna fact check.
It's Lucy because he says it with the lisp, you know?
Oh, it's Susie.
Not Darla. Oh, Susie. Susie.
Hey. All right. Thank y'all so much for watching. If y'all enjoyed this review, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know down below if you're interested in a part 2 for volume 2. We're probably going to put it out regardless if you're interested. But thank y'all for watching. Peace out. Love y'all.
Guys,
Bye.
love you guys. Bye.